Hello to our friends in the Women's Voices Now community. Welcome to the 11th annual Women's Voices Now Film Festival Award Ceremony. My name is Heidi Bash-Harod, and I proudly serve as the Executive Director of Women's Voices Now, where we use film to drive social change that advances girls' and women's rights globally. I am so grateful to everyone in the audience today, whether you're joining us live or will be watching the recording after the fact. I want to give a special shout out to Chelsea Byers, our Director of Programs and Partnerships, for bringing us to the finish line of another incredible, impactful documentary film festival. Chelsea, thank you for all of your hard work for coordinating with jury members and award presenters and the filmmakers themselves and all of us on the team. Brava to you. I want to welcome Tali Bielski, one of the members of our board of directors. Tali, thank you for being with us. And Dr. Katrina Lantos-Sweat, the president of the Lantos Foundation for Human Rights and Justice. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And also all the members of the jury who are here to present awards as well to the winning films and filmmakers. And I want to say that for us, every single filmmaker, every single film is an incredible achievement, an incredible winner, and I wish we had prizes for everyone because all of these films absolutely deserve acclaim and recognition. But our next part of our Film Festival Award ceremony at Women's Voices Now, for the past 3 years, we've done something very special, which is we award the Women Making Waves Award, which is a special recognition to a woman in the world who is shaking up how we view and see women both behind and in front of the camera to the betterment of us all. So we find a trailblazing woman leader who uses her platform to amplify voices, to encourage, to inspire, to show us all how we can move into our full potential. And I am so honored and excited to have our 2025 awardee with us live. And in a moment, she will join us on camera, and she's en route from a speaking engagement in Oklahoma back to Los Angeles. So it may be a little difficult to hear her, but I'm so excited to hear what she has to say with us today. So it is my honor to introduce to all of you, if you don't know her already, Princess Sarah Culberson. Princess Sarah Culberson is an African princess who discovered her royal heritage in Sierra Leone in her late 20s. She is the host of the Modern Royalty podcast, which I highly recommend you listen to, where she delves into the lives and insights of individuals who are redefining what it means to be royalty in today's world. Her journey has captivated audiences worldwide, garnering features on CNN, GMA, and BBC, among other prominent media outlets. Her compelling story is the inspiration behind her co-authored book, A Princess Found, which Disney has acquired to adapt into a major motion picture. With over 15 years of experience in education, Princess Sarah has been invited to speak globally at NASA, Wells Fargo, Princeton University, and many other places. Her expertise has led her to roles including president and co-founder of Sierra Leone Rising, a nonprofit organization, and a businesswoman in the entertainment industry, with her work reaching global audiences. Sierra Leone Rising supports initiatives such as keeping young girls in school, constructing wells for clean drinking water, and promoting cultural understanding through coding. Her contributions have been recognized with the Trumpet Impact Award, highlighting her efforts to foster a culture of belonging on a large scale. Princess Sarah, congratulations and welcome. We're so honored that you have accepted this award. Your unique attributes about you and your work align so beautifully with the work we do at Women's Voices Now, and I would like to invite you to greet the audience members and give us your reaction and decision on why you decided to accept this award.
Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to be with all of you. I am in the airport, so forgive me. I hope you can hear me okay. Flights change, things change, but we still show up as best we can, right? That's how life goes. It's an honor to be with all of you. It's incredible the work that you all have done, the hard work to put together these incredible pieces of art and information for all of us to learn from all of you. So thank you for being such a brilliant resource for so many people with all of your pieces of work. And it's an honor to receive this award. When I found out, I thought, my goodness, what a special honor to be with all of you. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Princess Sarah. So now I get to ask you some fun questions.
Okay.
Yes, because I think your role in the world is really important and interesting, especially at this particular moment in time. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about royalty, leadership, responsibility, and your purpose. And To frame the question that I have for you more, last week was spring break. My kids were home and they asked to go see the new Snow White movie at the movie theaters. And of course, I said yes. And I was very pleased to see that the film was definitely much more engaging and interesting than the original Disney Snow White. So I was very grateful to sit through it with them. And something that really touched me in the film was Snow White is being taught by her parents to have these very particular royal values. Namely, they were fairness, truth, bravery, and fearlessness. And they taught her that in order to be a successful ruler, you had to respect, celebrate, and share with your subjects and do so in a fair, truthful, brave, and fearless way. And that the privilege of being royalty, of ruling over people, right, is because you have their support and they support you because you're a fair leader. And people, we need leaders and leaders need followers. So it's really this, when it's done right, it's a symbiotic and fruitful relationship. The evil queen, on the other hand, she was the antithesis of this example of leadership and royalty. She believed herself and her needs to be above all else and everybody else. And it seemed, she kind of thought of herself as like a god, basically. So what my question to you is, as a member of royalty and one who speaks to royals regularly on your podcast, what's your approach to being a royal and what are your guiding royal principles?
That's a great question. So when I found my birth family in Sierra Leone and learned all about this royal heritage, what I've learned from my family and from royals around the world is that being part of a royal family is about responsibility. And you do set yourself aside and really think about, you take care of yourself, of course, but you have to think about what are the greater needs for everyone. Life isn't just about you and making sure I'm okay. I have to make sure that others are okay. And for instance, we're digging wells for clean drinking water in Sierra Leone because people in the rural areas don't have access. We're making sanitary pad programs for girls to make sure girls stay in school due to appearing poverty that happens all over the world and including here in the States. So when I think about royalty, I think about being of service and responsibility and being humility because we're all learning on this journey, no matter who we are. Yeah.
Thank you. And there's a request for captions on the call, which could be a good idea. I'm not sure if we can figure that out, but we can work on that. So I'm curious. So so basically service sounds like one of your royal values, as well as finding the needs and meeting them. What have been some of the greatest, I'm just sort of curious, like being a royal, what kind of doors are opened up? What obstacles are removed because you have that status? And how have you used that status to mobilize quicker change, I guess?
I think, for example, when we are doing work in certain parts of Sierra Leone, as soon as they know I'm part of the Pessoa family, then doors open, interviews happen to share with the country what we're working on, meetings happen faster, access. Because a lot of people, after the Civil War, which was 1991 to 2002 in Sierra Leone, a lot of people came in and said they want to do health, but they never returned. So there was a lot of skepticism from the community. So when I first went to Sierra Leone and started to learn about what had happened after the war, people were very apprehensive. And then they said, this is Joseph Konya Pessoa's daughter. She's part of the royal family. And all of a sudden people were like, oh, okay. Because it wasn't about me. It's also the history of what my grandfather had done in the country for education. And to support the community and what my great-grandfather had done. So there have been generations of work that have been done for the community. So I think inside of royalty, at least in my family, it's not just about me being royal, it's about generations and what we have done that has made a difference in the country, that opens up opportunities for me to keep moving forward, to continue that kind of work.
Thank you. And I just want to draw a parallel to what you just explained, that when we're working in our film festival, when we're acknowledging and recognizing documentary filmmakers, how, well, they don't have generations before them to prove their salt, right, to the community, but the importance of building trust and really getting to hear the needs, the fears, the experiences of the people that you want to include in your story, how absolutely important it is to ever affect change, that you have to build trust and you have to be present and listen to the people and not project what you think they need or the story that you have to tell, and how that probably is a skill that has come in handy for you too.
Number one thing, I mean, the number one thing is when we're working to be with others, it's what is happening for them to be able to support them on their journeys. It's so easy to come in with our own ideas and, oh, this is what we should do. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned on this journey is talking to everyone and learning from them. I always talk about, even when I'm speaking, I talk about listening to learn rather than just listening to respond or listening from our own thoughts of what people need, but really working together and being a student. That's what I think, and that's what I'm taking on, and what I try to do as much as I can to learn from others.
I love that, listening to learn. And I think documentary films are a really good example of individuals who are really good at listening to learn. Yeah. So my next question to you, and this one gets, so again, so documentary films are by default, they're political, right? Because they're dealing with highlighting truth, telling people's stories, in our case, women's and girls' stories that are often underheard, underrepresented, don't have the platform that they deserve. And we really need to hear them in order to generate the solutions that we need to face the problems that we have to solve today. So we're living in crazy times. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. So much of the work that is really important to you is about creating a culture of belonging. And we're living in a time of polarized belonging. And it feels like the messages that we're actually getting from leaders, from the media, from global conflict analysis, is that our sense of belonging is supposed to be shaped by who we exclude. And this is problematic, in my opinion. And this idea that our differences are unbridgeable and that we're kind of in a moment of it's us or them. So I'm wondering if you agree with that observation. And if you do, and I think you do, how are you able to use your platform and your expertise to challenge this grim outlook? And how are you working to create a culture of belonging in these very challenging times?
So one of the things that I'm doing inside of seeing all the challenges that are going on and just, speaking here at Oklahoma State University, which is where I'm at the airport right now, flying back to LA, one of the things that I talk about is with all of these changes comes growth. And I really feel like there's a context in which we can look at things. We can look at things as doom and gloom, and this is terrible and horrible. And we can also go, okay, how can we grow from this? How can we learn from this? And maybe how can we see it as an opportunity for growth, even when we're so frustrated, even when we're so angry sometimes? How can we use these opportunities to learn and grow from rather than being diminished and frustrated by? Because things are going to constantly be changing. Upsets happen, frustrations happen. How can we find a silver lining and maybe find a new way of doing things that could possibly be even better than done before? Maybe there are new possibilities inside of these challenges. That's how I try to look at things in the context of what's going on in our world.
I'm a big fan of finding the silver lining and knowing that there's got to be opportunity even in the darkest of moments, that's what we're supposed to learn from it. A little bit of light goes a long way. So thank you for that answer. I appreciate that. So I've got a fun question for Balance. What has it been like to have your story adapted to basically a Disney princess movie? And can you share anything with us about the process? What kind of partnership goes into having one story told and adapted into a film? I know that a lot of documentary filmmakers and the people in them, again, you have a story to tell, but we're human beings and we can apply our personal biases or our projections and things like that. So in that creative process of a Disney film, how much are you able to, determine, no, this is actually what I meant by this, or this is what this part of the film or my story should convey to the people? And then I was curious if you think the film has a mission and a message to convey to future audience members.
Great question. So one of the things that I've learned is you have to have patience, a lot of patience in the journey of making a movie. I think I thought it would have been all done by now, but it takes time. And then the industry also changes, which we had a 9-month strike in the industry, which really made a lot of changes. So we've had 2 different renditions of the script, and it keeps changing, and the executives aren't completely happy with that, with the last one. And I'm not writing it. We have a writer who's writing the script, and it's kind of a journey with it. It takes a while. And also with this movie, the messages that are there for me is, I mean, overcoming fears, taking on your dreams. One of my fears to find my birth family in West Africa, being adopted, was scary for me. Another thing is overcoming fears, taking on your dreams, stepping into the unknown, that the unknown can actually be quite amazing, even though it's scary. Um, Forgiveness. I didn't realize that I was really angry at my birth family for placing me in adoption, specifically my birth father. And then I realized, wow, there's really nothing to be angry about. They gave me this incredible family and they did the best they could. And then now, as an adult, I get to go back and meet them, which has been incredibly special. And then I found my purpose in like doing the work that we're doing in Sierra Leone and rebuilding and so on. It really wasn't about me and my upset. It was really about how do we work together as one and as community, which I think with all the films that are showing as well, I think it's so powerful because you're, I feel like, calling people to action in your films, to think about things in a different way, to understand, to learn, to grow. And I feel like that's what we're here to do in this lifetime. So I also want people to think about that in the film. How can we be more one as a community rather than these polarized people with different ideas and visions? I mean, I think our different ideas and visions are wonderful. That's what makes us all so different. And how can we come together as one to make a difference on this planet, not just for a few? So hopefully that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And you're speaking about forgiveness. I had the full body chills, like that you were able to take the anger and the hurt and the betrayal and the, misunderstanding, and to see it sort of as a part of a greater purpose of your life story that brought, that this, you had your experiences, you're able to sort of traverse between different cultures and countries and people because you were placed in a situation that wasn't where you were born to, right? So sometimes those adversities really, I mean, they give us the arc of our story, of course, but then if you're able to make use of that, all of that for the better of everyone, this is the greatest thing ever. I love that. Thank you for sharing all that. When might we be able to see the film? Do we have any idea yet?
That was a wonderful question.
Okay.
I'd like to know that too.
Right.
We don't have that exact information yet, but it'll be. I mean, we're still working on different scripts and so on, so it's taking a while. And also, with the strike, Disney's really focused on some of the movies that they've already done, making them live action, right? Like, what was it? Snow White.
Snow White.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot of things that we are all familiar with, and pausing a little bit on the newer things, but they're getting back into it again. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Please sing good energy that it'll go faster.
I'll send all the good energy and keep the fingers crossed, and keep and check in with you to find out when there's progress.
Thank you.
So I wish we had more time. So I have sort of a final question for you, or just a sort of, if you would like. So first of all, wait, before you go, we have our little statuette for you, the Women Making Waves Award presented to Princess Sarah Culberson 2025. So upon your return to LA, I'll make sure to get that to you soon. So that is from us to you, small token to acknowledge the moment and the day of your receiving this award, and how grateful we are to you for being you and for doing all the work that you do in the world and making time to be with us today. And I just want to once again invite you to address the audience with any closing remarks, thoughts, feelings, wishes, reflections, messages before we continue on and we find out who the winners are of the film festival.
Yes, I'm so excited for that part. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for your genius and brilliance to create these pieces of art and work that are so important to all of us. Thank you for your storytelling, for the work that you've done that some of us don't even know that you've done, all the time that it's taken. I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for all this work that you've done and all these incredible pieces of documentary film. It's so exciting to see what you've created. And thank you for being teachers, because we're always needing to learn more, and it's such a great medium to learn through film and learn through documentaries. So thank you for being teachers for us to learn and grow. And let's keep taking on these dreams that we want to take on. Life is an adventure and has challenges, but we must keep showing the world what we see is possible. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Princess Sarah. So you are welcome. I hope that you can stay with us as long as you can. And I will now kick it over to Chelsea Byers, our Director of Programs and Partnerships, to continue on with the show. And I will see you all at the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heidi, and good afternoon, good day, happy Friday to everyone. It's such a joy to be with you all at this end of this long month of festival happenings. It's a really exciting program we have ahead, and I just want to thank again Princess Sarah for being with us to get us started. My name is Chelsea Byers. I'm proud to be the Director of Programs and Partnerships for Women's Voices Now, and I'm just so moved to be a part of this incredible organization and honored by this opportunity to support this film festival in this way. The Women's Voices Now Film Festival is all about promoting emerging and established filmmakers around the world with an emphasis on women behind the camera who create social change films to advocate for women and girls' rights around the world. Our theme this year, the many roles of women around the world, is reflected through the 39 films that were selected for the festival and seen again in the words of Princess Sarah. We know for so many around the world, being seen as an agent of change is a restricted role. Each and every one of our filmmakers that have been a part of our festival have proven the power of women to create meaningful and lasting change in their own communities and around the world, often through the very act of just telling their own stories. And as Heidi expressed, we're a small but mighty organization with a truly outsized impact. And we're really proud to be expanding our reach and ushering in a new community of filmmakers this year with support from people in the room and beyond. In our 11th festival cycle this year, we received 89 film submissions and welcomed 39 films into the festival from more than 22 countries around the world. We're incredibly proud to be a platform for filmmakers around the world who are tackling these gender-based issues in their communities. And today, just after I'm finished speaking, we'll begin the work of announcing our 8 prize winners and giving out $13,000 in prize winnings to help further the careers and the projects of these filmmakers. And before I begin this award ceremony officially, I just wanted to extend some more thank yous to so many people who made this possible. First, to our filmmakers, your bravery and courage in picking up a camera and pointing in the direction of truth, hope, and change is an inspiration to all of us. Next, our previewers and our jury. This is an incredible group of women from around the world who volunteered their time to help us review these films and engage in discussion around the films to help us decide our winners. With such a tremendous amount of moving content to review, this was not an easy job for them. And finally, I want to thank the audience. Your witness, your participation, your support of these films is truly what allows us to continue to do this work. If you haven't had a chance yet, you'll have a few more days to watch the films. We encourage you to do so. And then I also encourage you to check out the Voices for Change film collection, which lives on, and we'll invite filmmakers from this year's festival to showcase their films in that collection as an ongoing part of work to platform these stories. And so now we can finally turn into the presentation of the awards. And before I introduce our first presenter, I just want to give you all a sense of what you can expect. Our presenters are going to announce the winning film. As soon as the winning film is announced, we'll play a trailer or a portion of the trailer of that film, and then we'll introduce the filmmaker to join us for a few words. The filmmakers do not know who is going to win these awards, so they may not have been able to be here today. If they are here, that's terrific. We'll invite you to unmute yourself, turn your camera on, and share a few words reflecting about the win. And if the filmmaker is not with us, have no fear. We'll make sure they have an opportunity to get this presentation and can share a speech with us that we'll share online at a later time. So that's the format. I'll introduce the presenter, they'll announce the awards, we'll play the trailer, and the filmmaker will join us, and we'll carry on throughout the rest of the ceremony. And thank you all again for being here. I know the captions were an issue, and I just want to note that we'll make sure we can have captions as part of the recording that goes online. And we are excited that we'll be able to keep sharing this ceremony with so many more in that YouTube space. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce our very first presenter for our first award. First award that we'll present is the Best Emerging Short Documentary. And I'm happy to welcome our politically engaged filmmaker, writer, and member of our documentary short jury, Sarah Gross, to the stage to give this.
Hello, everyone. So great to have you all here, and I'm super honored to get to be here and to present this award, which is the Best Emerging Filmmaker for a Documentary Short. And this $1,000 prize is for a filmmaker who shows real promise in their work. This filmmaker's work demonstrates a clear personal style, authentic voice, and a passion for social change concerning women or girls, as well as an ability to get this vision onto the screen. And after watching the films, which all were great and had a lot of these elements, all of them, our jury did identify one film that we felt fulfilled those criteria especially well. The winning film is very well structured, integrating interviews with observational scenes, showing the protagonist at work as an activist. We learn convincing information about what she's trying to change and why, and what it means to her. The interweaving of other elements, such as social media pages, notes, and photos, keeps the pacing lively and the audience focused. And finally, this film is important not only in terms of the issue it addresses, but also because it shows a young woman becoming active and taking back her space on the street to express herself politically, to deliver her message. And she becomes a role model for us. We see in this film how pushing back against a commonly accepted form of discrimination is a powerful way for women to speak up, to take the initiative, and play a proactive role in shaping the world around us. Today, we're proud to present the award for Best Emerging Filmmaker for a Documentary Short to Chalk Back by Kylie Prosita.
There is a misconception of street harassment and catcalling that it's a compliment or that it's flirting. When I think back to my first experience, something that was missing was recognizing that it wasn't just happening to me and that it wasn't somehow my fault.
Hey, I'm Kylie, the director of Chalk Back, which won the Best Emerging Short Documentary at the Women's Voices Now Film Festival. Really honored and excited that we won the award, and super grateful, especially considering all of the phenomenal films that were a part of this year's festival and all of the incredible women filmmakers worldwide. Super honored and grateful to have my work viewed alongside theirs. The cash prize money from winning this award will go towards funding future documentaries that I'm going to be making. Chalk Back is all tied up. It's done with its festival run, and I'm really happy with the outcome of that, especially considering this is how we ended our run at the Women's Voices Now Film Festival. So I'm really happy about that. And as filmmakers and documentarians, funding is often a pretty huge obstacle when it comes to creating our films. And so winning this prize and winning this award is really important because it'll help alleviate that primary obstacle when it comes to making future documentaries for me, especially documentaries about women and their issues worldwide, which I'm really passionate about. So very, very excited and grateful about that. And very happy that Chalk Back was able to be a part of this festival because it's a topic that's really important to me as someone who's experienced catcalling and street harassment. And I'm really glad that I was able to make this film, and hopefully it'll help spread awareness and bring more attention to a really important issue that women face worldwide. So once again, thank you so much for having me. I am really grateful to have won this award, and yeah, thanks so much.
Congratulations again to Kylie. Your film was a marvel, and we're really proud to have it be our first award announced today. And as for our next award, we are really proud to have a very special member of our advisory board, Girls Voices Now media chaperone and former social media manager for Women's Voices Now, who is also an award-winning filmmaker herself, Erin Peterson here. And Erin will be introducing the award for the Best Emerging Filmmaker for a Documentary Feature. Thanks, Erin.
Thanks, Chelsea. Hi, everyone, and greetings, Women's Voices Now. I'm so glad to be back for yet another year with the Women's Voices Now Film Festival. Alongside two other jury members, we watched more than 24 total hours of film. When it comes to the topics at hand, this can be and was an emotionally draining and emotionally gratifying process. Among the selections, we saw real passion and enthusiasm for filmmaking, making our decisions difficult ones to make. The award winning film tells the remarkable story of girls from Cox's Bazar with their hopes, dreams, and passion to surf, given the complications of family context, societal norms, and economic constraints, wins the heart. Hats off to their spirit to never give up whatever comes along with the mundaneness of lives and struggles within their homes, family, and negotiating public spaces. This film beautifully captures their lives, passion for surfing, weaving it in a context of realities which are often bound by tradition and patriarchal norms. I'm so proud to present the award-winning documentary for the 2025 Women's Voices Now Film Festival's Best Emerging Filmmaker for Documentary Feature is Bangla Surf Girls.
আমার রাস্তা আমি বেছে নিছি এখন হলো নিজের স্বাধীন ডেইলি না আমাদের ভালো লাগে আর মন সাগরের মধ্যে চলে যায় এক এক দেশে যাব সার্ফিং কম্পিটিশন করব তারপরে ফেমাস হয়ে যাব সেটা আমার স্বপ্ন আমার ভবিষ্যৎ আমি ঠিকঠাক তো না পারলে আর কেউ ঠিক করতে পারবে বলে লোকে বলে সার্ফিং এ যায় যে ওরা মাগি কোনো প্ল্যানিং নেই সবগুলো এখানে নেই সার্ফিং এ
We highly encourage you to check out Bangladesh Surf Girls as part of the Best Emerging Filmmaker category this year. What a truly incredible and stunning film. And we're so happy to award you the Best Emerging Filmmaker for Documentary Feature. We'll move on to the Best Creative Documentary Short. And for this award, we have producer, writer, director, and member of our documentary short jury, Nina Gillen, here to present. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. And greetings, Women's Voices Now. It is my honor and privilege to be with you today presenting this award and $1,000 in prize money for Best Creative Documentary Short. This is a new award category for Women's Voices Now to acknowledge a film displaying originality and innovation, one that challenges conventional documentary style or form in addressing women's experiences or issues affecting women and or girls. Poetic documentaries and other non-traditional documentary styles were especially welcome. The winning film is visually mesmerizing and formally innovative, incorporating different types of footage and imagery that all harmonize well together. The film breaks with conventional narrative structure and has a wonderfully creative use of various media, including photos, underwater photography, and paintings to tell the protagonist's story, which helps us understand her courage to become a mother and how her experiences as a mother and artist have helped her to live a full life in spite of her illness. The scenes of the protagonist with her daughter felt especially moving, and it was lovely to see these women physically close and literally supporting one another. We are proud to present the award for the 2025 Women's Voices Now Film Festival Best Creative Documentary Short to Making Waves by Hannah Klaas.
Attends, laisse-moi encore du temps.
Mais moi, je suis là. Hein.
Dans les mains.
Oui, bah garde mes mains si tu veux. Et serre tes pieds. C'est bon. Tu fais Superman maintenant.
Superwoman.
J'aimerais. J'aimerais.
Congratulations to Making Waves, Hannah Kloss and her team on an incredible film. We will now present the award for the Best Creative Documentary Feature. And for this award, I'm really excited to have Palomi Powell, a member of our documentary feature jury, with us to present. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Greetings, Women Voices Now. It is my great honor and privilege to be with you today, presenting the award and $1,500 prize money for Best Creative Documentary Feature. The category seeks to acknowledge a film displaying originality and innovation, one that challenges conventional documentary style or form in addressing women's experience or issues affecting women and girls. Poetic documentaries and other non-traditional documentary styles were especially welcome. Modern Amazons are fierce heroines. They are ready to fight for what is important for them, without explaining, without compromising, always persisting. This year's film is a story of resilience found in women and their daily struggles in the roles they play. I am thrilled to announce that this year's award for Best Creative Documentary Feature goes to Urban Amazons by Thais Odermatt. Thank you. Over to you.
Wenn ich hatte Bock auf etwas, habe ich es immer darauf fokussiert und so, das mache ich. Und ja, ich muss vielleicht 3-mal so gut sein wie alle anderen oder 4-mal so doll kämpfen um diesen Platz irgendwo, aber das ist halt, so bin ich groß geworden.
Was ich aber an brutalen Kämpfen mega toll finde, wenn die Gegnerin, die geschlagen wurde, kann vielleicht mit einem Auge nicht mehr sehen, sie steht aber auf und kämpft weiter.
Ich habe nie mir vorgestellt, dass ich jeweils nach Deutschland komme. Das war unmöglich für mich. Ich habe gesagt, ich bin in den Bergen, werde sterbe ich oder sterbe ich.
I am an Amazon and you can be one too. If you wanna, all you gotta do is stay true to your beautiful colors. I'm an Amazon and you can be too. If you want to.
I almost forgot to unmute myself. I was dancing to that music. It's a really powerful film, and we're so honored and proud to announce Urban Amazons as the winner. And now it is my honor to bring a member of our short jury, who is a fabulous Moroccan and Canadian actor, to the stage, Maha El Bukhari. Thank you so much for being with us to present the award for Best Documentary Short.
Thank you. Hello, Women's Voices Now. It's my honor to be with you today, presenting the award for Best Documentary Short and the $2,000 prize. This award goes to a short, fact-based documentary film unveiling an underexplored social impact issue that's affecting women and girls. In opening the viewer's eye to the lives of others, it inspires them to reflect, empathize, and act on this issue. The winning film calls attention to an issue with potentially very severe ramifications, children being needlessly separated from their families and suffering the consequences. This film also describes a solution. Viewers might feel moved to learn more about the specific pilot program introduced and motivated to lobby their elected representatives for the creation and founding of similar programs. Melody's statement, "Poverty is not neglect," feels in some ways like it should be self-evident, yet much an important point, making this film all the more valuable. I'm so proud to announce the award for Best Short Documentary goes to Standing with Moms by Rhoda Mehta.
Take it over, Radha.
No,
Congratulations.
oh my gosh, what an honor and what a surprise. I can't believe it. Yeah, no, thank you all so much. This specific, documentary was created in partnership with Mothers Outreach Network, as well as my fellow executive producers, Matt Anderson and Carrie Hope. And the idea here is obviously, poverty is not neglect, and a lot of mothers get separated from their children, even from birth, because they don't necessarily have the support from community that they need. And when they're in areas that are very hard to get to, specific resources, it makes it very difficult for them to just be a parent. And so I'm so honored that that there's more voice to this specific, film, and to be able to get out in the world so that there could be more networks and more opportunities that can provide just some kind of income assistance so that parents can truly be and step into the loving parents that they've always intentioned to be for their kids. So thank you. What an honor.
Congratulations. And your film is truly moving and a real testament to the work of building a coalition to tackle these issues together. So thank you and congratulations. And for our next award, I'm really proud to bring to the stage Rachel Robles and Evan White-Stengel, two members of our youth and student jury who are with us today. We have a really amazing youth filmmaking program with Women's Voices Now called Girls Voices Now. And so for us, we care so deeply about the role of youth and student filmmakers. And it's always such a joy to get to see these films come in. And I'm really happy that Rachel and I believe Eva are also with us today to present this next award. Rachel?
Hello, so nice to have you. So nice to see all of you. First, want to say thank you so much, Chelsea, for putting this beautiful show on. What a fantastic award ceremony has been. It's been inspiring for the next generation of filmmakers and just change makers. I am proud to be here today, presenting this award of $500 and to the winner of the Best Youth of Student Documentary. This category is defined as a documentary film by a 14 to 25-year-old or student filmmaker, which displays great overall potential, reflecting filmmakers' keen interests in social change concerning women and/or girls and the talent necessary to execute their project. These films are also judged by a jury of young people and emerging filmmakers just like myself. Our selections this year featured incredible films with unique perspectives. The winning film displayed remarkable storytelling, showing how a woman and her family lives can be transformed with economic opportunities. Today, we're really proud to present for the award for the Best Youth/Student Documentary, the winner, More Than Milk by Abigail Knight.
ইনকাম তো চাষবাস আর পশুপালনের উপরেই আমাদের ইনকাম। আমাদের আর এক্সট্রা কোনো ইনকাম নেই। পশুপালন আর চাষে কি বলে চাষবাস আমরা করে জীবিকা নির্বাহ করি।
Congratulations, Abigail.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I loved making this film and seeing how IMC can help women with their cow project. Thank you. Thank you to all the festival organizers for making this festival and giving them a voice.
Thank you. I will always hear that sound of a cow in my head now, and it was a really powerful and compelling film. Thanks so much for submitting, and we're so proud of you for winning. And now it is my honor to invite to the stage one of our partners from the Lantos Foundation for Human Rights and Justice and our awards presenter for the Best Human Rights Documentary Film, Dr. Katrina Lantos Sweat, who's the president of the Lantos Foundation. The Lantos Foundation was established to carry on Congressman Tom Lantos' proud legacy as a leading advocate for American engagement in human rights globally. And this award that carries his name is such an honor and a testament to what our festival is all about. So Dr. Katrina Sweat, we're so proud and honored to have you with us today to present this award. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Chelsea. And it is really a great pleasure to be with all of you. I have to say that just sort of sitting on this Zoom, seeing all these beautiful women one by one, making the presentations, accepting the awards, I can't deny this really profound feeling of sisterhood I have with all of you. We come from wildly different backgrounds and circumstances, and these talented filmmakers have given us all incredibly touching and human and personal glimpses into the lives of so many women in so many circumstances. But we are unified, I think, not only in the recognition of the special blessings and burdens that we carry as women, but I think also we're unified in recognizing that this is a very challenging moment, really globally, for the causes that we are so deeply committed to. So I just want to thank Women's Voices Now for this festival, for bringing this remarkable group together, and for reminding us of that sisterhood and that solidarity that we have. The Lantos Foundation is very, very proud to partner with Women's Voices Now, and my dear friend Heidi Bash, to present the award and the prize money for the Best Human Rights Documentary. We're a human rights foundation, so issues that highlight human rights are of utmost importance to us. It was the mission of our founder, my late father, Congressman Tom Lantos, to carry the banner of human rights, the noble banner of human rights, to every corner of the world. And the human rights focused films that were presented this year as part of the festival do a really powerful job of furthering that goal. The Best Human Rights Documentary is defined as an engaging, fact-based documentary film that both explores a human rights issue affecting women or girls and seeks to present solutions, resources, or a call to action. The Lantos Award for Best Human Rights Documentary and the $2,000 prize honors a film from any of the submitted categories that best illuminates a human rights champion, activist, or cause. Now, I was so moved by the winning film this year because, as you'll find out in a minute when I announce it, it addresses one of these issues that not only highlights the way that women face such extraordinary obstacles to simply living their lives in freedom, simply being able to exist in a society where their equality is acknowledged and opportunities are extended to them, but it equally highlights the unbelievable courage of women under circumstances that I know I would find incredibly challenging, and most of us would, to stand up, to put themselves on the front lines, to risk everything on behalf of some of those rights that we take so much for granted. I was also particularly thrilled with this selection because it takes us back to a set of circumstances, a women's rights movement that was very much in the front of our sort of screens and eyes a couple of years ago, but has very much faded into the background. So this film is such an important reminder that we cannot let our attention flag or turn away. This year's winning film focused on the efforts of Gen Z protesters, in particular women, and the real effects that the resistance that they were willing to mount is having throughout the country of Iran. So often we hear stories out of Iran that are focused on the oppression women face. But the agency and the activism demonstrated in this story is so moving and so empowering. And so today, I wish I had my envelope. May I have the envelope, please? I am proud to announce the winner of the Lantos Award for Best Human Rights Documentary, We Iranian Women, by Anna Mijotti and Sabina Fedeli. Congratulations.
Abbiate paura di questa nostra rabbia. Sono ladri e criminali, quelli che stanno a capo del paese. Che io abbia capelli corti o lunghi, cosa cambia in questo paese? Conta questo o conta la corruzione? I paesi occidentali non possono più dire «Ah, non ne avevamo niente». Nelle prigioni ci hanno stuprate e torturate mentalmente per spingerci al suicidio. I giovani li affrontano faccia a faccia, a distanza ravvicinata, e dicono loro «Non vogliamo questo velo, non vogliamo Khamenei».
Dopo Mahsa Amini è venuto un coraggio dentro di tutti noi iraniani, che veramente vogliamo dire basta.
Penso che uccidendo dei ragazzi, questo regime si sia condannato per sempre. Vogliamo essere liberi, come tutti i teenagers del mondo. Tanti giovani sono stati uccisi. Perché? Solo perché volevano una vita normale.
Truly incredible film. Thank you for taking us back to that moment in time when that movement began, Katrina. And thank you so much for your words. It is an incredible film, and we're so honored to name it the Best Human Rights Documentary for 2025 Film Festival. And without further ado, I cannot believe it. We have arrived at the final award of the program, the Grand Prize, our Leslie J. Sachs Grand Prize Award for Best Feature Film. As winner of the Leslie J. Sachs Grand Prize, the director of this film is also invited for a live in-person screening and Q&A of their film in Los Angeles, scheduled for September 21st, 2025. We look forward to welcoming this film and its director with our Los Angeles Women's Voices Now community later this fall. And here to present this award, the prize money, and of course the grand prize screening opportunity this fall, we're joined by Women's Voices Now board member Talib Lasky. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chelsea, and good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is such an incredible highlight for us with our work at Women Voices, the festival, and this was an incredible event. So thank you so much for the team. And yeah, I'm so honored and so excited to present the final award of the 2025 Women Voices Now Film Festival. Named after the founder and visionary behind Women Voices Now, the Leslie J. Sachs Grand Prize goes to a documentary feature film of all-round excellence, impressing audiences through effective storytelling, mastery of cinematic technique, and competent handling of its subject matter, culminating in a compelling call to action on issues affecting women and girls. This year's award-winning film is a chilling portrayal of the real situation of women in conflict zones. This film is superbly crafted. It tells us the realities on the ground of thousands of women and girls who are abducted, trapped, sexually assaulted, exploited physically and mentally. The helplessness of their families and loved ones have been sensitively portrayed and handled throughout the film. The spirit and determination of the lead character to reunite her family after witnessing her father being killed and her sisters being abducted is exemplary. Our jury members said, simply, "We need more films like this." Congratulations to the director and the entire team for making this film happen under such difficult circumstances. So, The Leslie J. Sachs Grand Prize Award for Best Feature Film and $3,500 goes to Angels of Sinjar by Hannah Pollock. Congratulations for this incredible film.
داعش بون وان بين ناموسها كجوجنين مبرن ومكشتنو واني نسريم
بابا قرباني خازم كاري ما بريت بمريزار وتهاد بانا وتهديد بانا ومكاري باسبين بس او بدستين وهاد بابا
Congratulations to Angels of Sinjar and Hannah on your film. Oh, good, you're with us. Please.
Dear jury members, dear festival organizers, and dear guests, dear filmmakers, I am absolutely moved and honored by this award. Actually, I stand in solidarity with you in you promoting the women's voices to be heard, the women who refuse to be silenced, to be to give up, such as Hanifa, such as my main protagonist. I am also thanking you actually for empowering women, for giving this platform for their voices to be heard. So thank you so much. I'm really moved. I'm shocked by this award. So forgive me for these emotions. I also would like to say what Chelsea said so beautifully about the times which we live in, about the times of wars and conflicts. And I really think, especially after making this film, and I also, not only I have been in Iraq making this movie, but I also previously was making a movie in Afghanistan, also about stoning a woman to death. And I believe nothing destroys family so much as war. So I think the documentary film gives us a possibility to break the barriers, to actually bring the truth, to show people the deeper meaning of life of other people, to give us a platform of dialogue, which is so important, as Chelsea stated, that we live in times of the people being excluded, and us, I don't know, doing good by excluding others. I think this is the time for dialogue and the time for demanding peace. And I am also deeply honored, not only for being able to tell this story of Hanifa, but being bestowed by people such as Hanifa, her sisters, her mother, other Yazidi women, and also other Yazidi people, with their presence, with a kind of acceptance of me in their life, in their, in possibility of filming them. Because standing in front of such resilience, such a strength, such a, empowerment, this was an amazing honor. So I thank you deeply for this wonderful award. And I stand with you in trying to empowering women. And this is just an amazing experience. Even watching these films who have won, I am even more honored because I see so many beautiful voices from all over the world telling these amazingly important stories. And let's make peace, not war. Thank you.
Such beautiful words. So happy you were here to share. Thank you so much. And thank you for such a beautiful film. Really glad to have this as part of the festival. And all of you, we're really, really happy. This was such an incredible year of film, and we're very happy that so many people have been able to watch it. We had the largest audience of film festival participants to date, and I think that really speaks to the desire from around the world to connect, to hear these stories, to get involved, and to be a part of this change making that women are so clearly in the lead of. So just want to say congratulations to you all. And as we come to a close with our program, I wanted to just make sure that I mention 3 additional films that were special jury mentions. We only have 8 awards categories to give, and we have so many films that come our way. And oftentimes our jury is caught into tense deliberations. So we wanted to make sure that we recognize 3 other films that stayed on our hearts and our minds throughout the discussion, as all of them did. But those films were Holy Rights by Farha Khatun, Periodical by Lena Light Flipiat, and Daga, A Women's Fight to Empower Girls in Her Village by Fama Dia. So we're really grateful and just want to lift up these films in addition to the 8 award winners. And thank you all for being with us today for this presentation. Our filmmakers, everyone who is a part of it. We will be sharing a survey in the days to come as our film festival comes to a close, and we hope to get your feedback. And we also hope that you get a chance to watch the film festival ceremony in full. We'll be reaching out to all the filmmakers who weren't here to accept their festival award and make a speech, and we'll be asking them to give a speech so you can see that and hear their story in a new way online in the coming days as well. So again, thank you all so much for being here. It's been a very special award season, and I'm going to pass the mic back to Heidi to close us out.
Thank you, Chelsea. I can't believe we're already done. Of course, the month flew by, and this was very moving. Watching the trailers of the winning films brought me back to the experience of watching all the incredible films. There are some really brave, courageous people in this Zoom room, and I see you all as the very much needed leaders that we need today to take us to a better place in this world, where when we find when we resolve problems, that actually leads to new things that have to be addressed, and we have to find even better and new, more innovative solutions. But I think that when we have a group of people who are willing to listen and learn, as Princess Sarah said, and then tell those stories through film, you are our guiding lights. So please continue to do the incredible work that you do. I always say and hope that this is not your last experience and interaction with Women's Voices Now. We have our filmmaker meetup in a couple weeks to sort of close out the festival. So filmmakers are going to get to network and meet with each other. We've invited jury members so you can speak to them face to face. I so look forward to continue learning from each of you and following your journeys. Please stay in touch. To all of our festival goers, thank you so much for supporting this festival. It was really a boost of confidence in these very difficult times to see, as Chelsea mentioned, the sincere enthusiasm for this work and these films and these stories. And even though we are being told that we are to be split apart and we don't have much in common, the solidarity and the positive comments around this festival just pushed back against that narrative in a time when I personally really needed to hear it. So thank you to all of the festival goers, jury members, filmmakers, to our team, to our presenters today, to our film festival sponsors, the Lantos Foundation, Sony Entertainment Pictures, the Doherty Foundation, Monster Energy Company, and Visionary Women. We could not have done this without you. So I look forward to next year's edition, which opens up for submissions on August 1st. So watch for your newsletters. And I wish everyone a peaceful, wonderful weekend. And I look forward to further connecting with each of you. Thank you so, so much for being here, and all the best to everyone.